Okay, now we start the code with creating and storing the frames. So first we need to we have some forms, then we need to create those forms. Okay, and then when we create those forms, we need to add them into a map. So I won't give each of the form with the name and the form themselves. So why do I do this one? Because in the future, when we need to how to say add them into container, we'll just go for each of them and then we add them into containers this way. Okay, or if you need to use them, then we'll be able to access them. Let's say if you need to check for authorization, you can have the set of name, then the form, name and the form. Then you can create another map for authorizations, and we also take the same name. Then for a group, let's say authorization for group 1, you take the same name, then you'll be able to same name, let's say from student, from as student, you will set true or false for that group. Okay, and then you may do another authentication for group 2 equal another map. You create another map, which is you take the name, which is from a student name. Okay, and you put, let's say, false if you do not want the group 2 of the user that try to access the students over here. Okay, then similarly after that, you're going to create code to show forms. So when you show form, you need to give the string name, and whether when you show that form you need to check for login or not, because when you show some form you may just let users see them freely, but some other times you may need to check if the user already logged in. So if you want to check for login, and this one comes to global data. Setting data into global data is not very good practice, but in this case it is okay. But whenever you store some data into global scope, be careful. But this time it is totally okay, because I already know that there is only one user per system. There is only one user's login per Java app. So if we do check for login and there is no such stuff, then we need to show the login form. Okay, otherwise we're going to get X of the form there. Then we're going to create a new instance using reflections in Java. This one is reflection. If you don't know, search for reflection to create a new form, and then add it into the container. Okay, if it close, then you're going to show that forms, and you're going to set that form to be selected. So we're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to get back to the form main. We're gonna get on top there. We're gonna create a section, which is we're going to create form login, control space, then form login equal to new form login. Form login. Yep. Similarly, I'm gonna create a form add student. Form add student equal to new form add students. Okay. Then I'm gonna have form view students. Form content space, form view student equal to new content space again. Form view students. Then I'm going to create a map. For each of them is going to have a J internal frame, because all of them are going to be J internal frame. Oh, I'm going to map from string name, string to J internal frame. We need to import this one from java.otl, I think. Import from, no, not. Yeah, I need to import that too. I need to import the map too. Put on this. It's kind of slow. Click on that. Okay, map java.otl.map. Okay, then we'll have all the forms there equal to new arrays to store this. Arrays. not sorry, has map. This one is a map, so has map. Okay, earth type string and internet frame. Okay, then later on, I will need to, for each of those forms, I need to how to say, add them into the hash map. So for each of the object forms dot put, I want to put form looking. Yep, this is the first one. Then I'm gonna do Control Shift move down from add form view. So this one I'm gonna do form add students. This one I'm gonna copy this and paste it here with the same name. Form view students. Copy this and paste it here. If you feel tired of having this, you can just get the class name and split and take the class name instead. But then I just want to do this one just for sure. So the next one is we're going to add all this to the J desktop pane, which is the container that we created before, the one with black background here or blue background in some of the cases. So for this, we're going to create a new one which is called the forms dot values for each of w dot for each form. Then we're going to use lambda expression over here for each of the form. I'm going to take the JDP container dot add the form. So now I have all the forms added there. So the next step would be, okay, so I have all the forms added there. So the next step would be to show the forms. So public, I think we'll not use it outside, we'll just start with private just for sure. Void show form, and then we'll use string form name and boolean check looking. So if we will say now this time we need to get back to this one and create a new Java class, which is global data. Oops, not global date, sorry, it should be global data. So this one is gonna be refactor, rename global data. Then you will have here, which is public static. Again, this one is a global data. I want to store them as in static scope, and I'm gonna use star, which is to import it. Content space is imported from bo.staff, and I'm gonna do staff, and by default it's null, so no one logged in yet. So we'll get back to our form main. Okay, so we'll say if check login. It's gonna take me some time to see it. If check login, and global data. If we need to check login, and global data dot star equal to null, which means that if we do need to check for login and no staff login yet, then we will need to show login, show form, and that one is I'm gonna name form login, and from here I will say no, don't need to check login because we are showing the login form. Else, which means either that we don't check login or there is a staff. And then we may need to do authorization here. If there is a staff, check if the staff has a role to access the form or not. Okay, that's why you just create a map, just like I create this map with the same name for true or false for each of the group. Okay, then you do authorization check here based on the form name. um, then you show the form, but right now we'll just show the form. So to show the form, we'll check if I think yeah, forms.get form name, forms.get form name, we get that form and we say it is closed. It is closed. It means it was closed. Then if it was closed, then we need to create new. So if we create new, we'll need to use Java reflection here. So we'll have forms.get form name dot get class dot new instance. Okay. Then when we create a new instance, we'll set it back to forms dot put same form name, put it there. Okay, and we may not be able to create that, so we're going to um, um, surround the statement with try catch. Okay, surround the statement with try catch. Oh, I think I have to surround the block with try catch then, because it's break my statements over there. So click on this one, surround the block with try catch. What is it? Oh, I forgot one more, which is to annotate this step. Oh no, it has some issues when inserting the block there. So for this, what is that? Let me see. Not that here. I need to do this. Okay, create a new instance. Okay, put it in. Yep. Then the next one, if I create it as a new instance, I have to add it. So I'll do jdp container, add it to the container. Dot add form dot get form name. Okay. So now we can have that. Otherwise, if the form exists and it was not closed, we'll just set it to visible. So we'll do form dot get from form name. Then we're going to set visible equal to true, or you shall. Next one you'll do forms dot get form name dot next one is to set selected. So to true. So the form may be there, but it may be hidden by other forms. So in case it was not closed and we already show it, we need to bring it on top by set selected. So for this one, we may not be able to perform that because it depends on the OS is allows or not. So we need to try and catch that if there is system from outside. So we will surround block with try catch then. Okay, so add in that try catch. So from here we will now be able to get back and try. If we click on login, so you click on design, then click on file, then click on double click on login, so that is going to allow us to have the code. So when we login, we wanna show form, and that one is form name is form login, and we are showing form login, so we don't need to check for login. Okay, then let's first try and see if it works or not first. If it works, we'll try and show other forms. So we'll find login is here. Okay, but how if we do find and login again, it's not there. Okay, so let's see one more. So we want for the form let's try one more. That one is form login. Okay, we'll try form student, add students. We would like to show that form design again. Manage student, add students. So now we want to show form login. Then this one by default will just create a new method. So it's by default we check for everything, so it's going to be faster. Show form, here we'll create one method, private void show form, and we'll have string form name. Okay, and what we should do is we're going to show form and use form name, and we don't check any login by default. We just temporarily disable login check so that we won't be able to test faster. So it's a bit slow here. Sorry about that. So that form is okay. Now we're trying to run it. Oh, I think this is close. We need to add. So this one is form. Oh, add action perform. Sorry, we should have add students because we may add other things. So I'll do add student. Okay, so that is the one. I'll click on that. So this changed to add students already. So form will change the form add student. So it's going to open form add students. So very similar, you may have the view students. I double click on the view. So we're going to show form view students here. Okay, then we're going to run this one. Try and see if it works, or otherwise we need to fix if there is any issues with it. Okay, so if we do manage students, we click on add. This will show the add form here. We're not gonna be able to close that, so we'll do form add students. I'm going to click on that form on the properties over here. I'm going to allow it to be closable. I can pinnable, which means minimizable. I will not allow them to resize because it takes some time to resize. Change the title. This one is for no, not resize. Change the title to add student. Okay. So for the trick, if you want to view the code, if some properties with normal text like this means it's default values, but if they are bold like title over here, then which means that I already changed the properties. Okay, so click on that one. Similarly, for the form view students, I will also change their similar things over here. So it will be closable. This will be icon pinnable or minimizable. That one. Title will be view students. Okay. Then now I will try to run this. Okay, it is running. So we'll have manage over here students, and if you have add is there. If you have manage students, you want to view, it is here too, view student. If you want to bring the add up, is there. Okay, let's just close it. And if you want to manage and click on add, it is here. If you manage, click on add, it's still there, so it will not bring a new one out. So we can have add view and we can log in. Okay, for the other minor things like logout or exit or so on and so forth, I will do in next videos or in a few last videos, because those are not very critical, and this video already got pretty long. Okay.